Hey YouTube, it's Moon Bunny Cutie and I am back with a special video this week. I am going to be applying an Inkbox tattoo, which if you haven't heard of Inkbox, it is a totally organic, not permanent tattoo that lasts for about 2 weeks, and it's something that really intrigued me. As you guys may or may not know, I'm a huge nerd, so let me So some of you may or may not have realized that I am a very big Zelda fan, and I am such a huge Zelda fan that I actually have been considering getting a Triforce tattooed on my wrist. Now, it's a little bit more than just loving the Zelda games. For me, it really represents my childhood, my family. I have really fond memories of growing up watching my dad play on the Nintendo system when I was just a young toddler. I can still remember watching enamored. I have great memories with my sister and I playing Link to the Past, Ocarina of Time. It's just been such a big part of my life, and it really represents family to me that it's something I really have thought about being on a tattoo on my wrist. Because I am a little skeptical, a little nervous about getting a permanent tattoo on my body, there is this great company out there called Inkbox that I feel like is an awesome solution to figuring out if a tattoo is right for you. The whole problem with the tattoo, as you guys know, is they're permanent. Inkbox was founded by two guys who wanted to create a non-permanent tattoo that still has the look and feel of a tattoo. So they looked at indigenous tribes and how they use natural berries and inks. They created a formula to give you a semi-permanent tattoo that fades naturally over time and only lasts 2 weeks. So for me, someone who wants to try having a tattoo without permanently getting one just yet, it's an awesome way to experiment and make sure this is the tattoo for me. Inkbox sent me the tattoo in this package, so you'll be able to see me go through the process of getting the stencil and the ink on my wrist. And the design I got is very similar to a Triforce and to the size that I want to get a tattoo. So I feel like it'll be a great way for me to experiment and get to know if this is the thing for me. So let's try it out. So in the gold bag, I have the stencil, which is a triangle with a circle in it. I have a bag with the ink. And then there's another baggie that comes with a glove so you don't get any extraneous ink on you. So the instructions. Wash and dry your skin, then place the stencil on your desired location. So I washed and dried my wrist before I started filming, so my wrist is good to go. Put on the tattoo glove and fill in the stencil with the ink. It's just like icing a cake. Make sure it's thick. Let it dry for 1.5 to 2 hours. Remove stencil and any excess ink. Wash tattoo and surrounding area with soap and water. Your tattoo will take 12 to 24 hours to develop. So this will be an adventure. So in the bag, oh my God, for not being a tattoo, this comes with a terrifying needle. I'm going to put my glove on my hand since it's going on this wrist. Is that seeming like it's in the right place? It's too far over, huh?
It's a little over.
I'm scared. So I have the stencil on my wrist ready to apply the ink. So they said it's like icing a cake, so I assume I should put quite a bit of ink down. Now I'm going to spread it with my finger. So the ingredients say Juniper americana, xanthan gum, potassium sorbate, rosemary oil, and citrus acid. I'm gonna make sure everything has the same thickness. A little bit more right there. All right. Okay, the tattoo is completely covered with ink, and now we wait. We need to set a timer. It's been 2 hours now and we are all dry. So we're gonna remove the stencil and any excess ink and then wash the tattoo area with soap and water. So let's go see how it came out. So this is the result right here. It's pretty pale, which it said it would be, but it's gonna take 12 to 24 hours to show up. Hopefully I can show you guys an update. Yeah, this was a pretty easy experience. It seems like the stencil was a little thin and there might be some extraneous dark spots in kind of the edges of the really delicate design. I'll check in 12 to 24 hours and make sure you guys get to see how it looks fully processed. Hey guys, so I am back and it has been 24 hours since I applied my Inkbox tattoo. So this is time for the grand reveal. So as you can see, the ink definitely bled through the stencil of the design, and that could be a little bit to do with my error. I had to apply the stencil a few times, and the stickum on the back of the stencil may not have held up perfectly. That may explain the non-straight lines and the kind of extra splotches that you see on the design. The overall design is also not as dark as I thought it would be. The advertising on the Kickstarter and on their website shows it being much darker. Though again, I'm not sure if this is actually user error or if it's actually the ink. So it could be my fault. Maybe I didn't apply enough ink, but overall I feel like the design is a lot bluer and a lot lighter than I thought it would be, which is kind of disappointing because I wanted something a little bit darker. The design itself is really cute. I love the triangle. It's very similar to what I plan on getting with the Triforce, but as far as how it came out, I feel like they could have done a better job. My first critique, you notice anything about all three of these things? They're all black, including the ink. So that would be my first critique. Since everything is black, it made it really difficult to actually see what I was doing and apply the ink in the way that I wanted to apply it. So this is the stencil after I used it. You can see that there's still a lot of dry ink on it, but what's really hard to tell is the ink is the same color as the stencil. So how are you going to see, and subsequently my sweatshirt, but how are you gonna see where you're applying the ink? And I feel like that was part of my problem, was I couldn't quite tell where the ink was. And then the other issue was the glove that they give you to apply the ink with, also black. When I had the ink on my finger and I was applying it onto the stencil, it was so much black that I felt like I was having a really hard time discerning what was actually the stencil versus the ink versus even my glove. So Inkbox, my main critique, make the stencil and the glove a different color from the ink, because that way I would guarantee to see exactly where I'm placing the ink, and with my glove being any color but black, I would see how much ink I actually had on my glove and how much I actually needed to then apply to the rest of the stencil. So overall, I think the product has a lot of potential. I think it's really cool that you can have a look of a tattoo without actually going under the needle. Funny story, I was just FaceTiming with my family and my dad said to me in mid-conversation, "Wait, is that your tattoo? Did you get your tattoo yet?" He knew I was planning on getting a tattoo and he saw my wrist briefly and he thought I actually got it. This apparently does come off as a tattoo on FaceTime with my family. So that would be one positive. The other positive I feel like is there's a variety of designs. So if you have a design that you want to try out that even is just something that maybe you want for you're going to see a favorite band or you want to try something for an occasion, what's great is they have a variety of designs. So I think that's also a positive. Now, they are coming out with a new, faster drying, easier to apply formula in March. So I will review the new formula then, but as far as this formula goes, I don't know how many more times I'll actually try this one because I feel like it's a little too sloppy for what I wanted. If I had picked maybe a design with a few less intricate edges and small corners, I feel like the ink and the whole design may have applied better. So if I do try it again, I think I might pick a design that might be better suited with a stencil like this, because I feel like the circle came out really well. It was these tiny corners and skinny lines that I had the most issue. So overall, Inkbox, I think what you're doing is awesome, and I look forward to seeing what you do in the future with your next line of products. So thanks so much for watching, guys. If you liked the video, please like and subscribe. Leave a comment, let me know. Have you tried Inkbox? Are you curious to try Inkbox? Or would you like to see more Inkbox application videos? I'd love to do more if it's something you guys would like to see. If you'd like to check out more videos, you can see my latest Stitch Fix video here, or you can check out my latest con vlog here. Yay! You can intercut that wherever. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys very soon. Bye!